Greetings in the name of Jesus Christ. My name is Prophet Africa from GGSCCI, Growth Giving Spiritual Coverage Church International. Today I would like to entitle my message, The Hand of Man and the Hand of God. 1 Corinthians chapter 15. We have a unique relationship with the Lord when it comes to doing His will in our life. On the one hand, God has to do something in our lives, but on the other hand, we must labor. Fulfilling God's will in our lives takes the hand of man and the hand of God. In 1 Corinthians chapter 15 verse 10, we see that Paul labored more abundantly than the other apostles, but it was the grace of God which was with him that allowed him to labor to that degree. In Paul's ministry, you can see the hand of man and the hand of God in accomplishing His will. In 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 12, God enables Paul and put him in the ministry that was God's hands, but Paul was faithful. That was Paul's hands. Notice how the hand of man and the hand of God cooperate in the ministry. Paul's ministry was his, but it was given to him by the Lord. In Acts chapter 20 verse 34, Paul's own hands ministered to his necessities. Yet in 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 9, the Lord also provided. Today we have men who won't lift a finger to minister in an area until the Lord gives them all of the support they need to start. What's wrong with a man working a job when he is starting a church? He doesn't need to be fully supported to plant a church on the plan. Paul put his hand to the plow as a disciple should. Luke chapter 9 verse 62, and he didn't look back when it got tough. He followed Jesus, the hand of God, but he was the one laboring in the harvest, the hand of man. In the yoke, Matthew chapter 11 verse 28 and 29, Jesus said, "Take my yoke upon you." It's the Lord's yoke, but you and I must wear it. A yoke is not an ornament like a necklace. It's a tool for work. Paul was yoked up with the Lord. He didn't have his own agenda. He was ready to go to Asia, but was forbidden by the Lord. In the Lord's yoke, he ended up in Philippi after receiving the Macedonian call. When Paul did have his own agenda to go to the Jews, he had gone against God's will, but he wasn't outside of God's hands. God corrected his mistake. Acts 9 chapter 15 and Acts 23 verse 11. On the course, 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 7, Paul said, "I have finished my course." It was Paul's course but it was a course that the Lord laid out for him. Acts 20, verse 24, and Acts 9, verse 15 and 16. Paul didn't stop until he had finished his course. Likewise, the Lord has a plan for our lives. That's God's hands. And yet, we are the ones who must run the race. Or the one who must run our race. 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24 and 26. And finish our course. That's our hands. In conclusion, as you consider